Peace and what is up, world? This is just a video on a bag that I've carried about 2 years daily. Served me well. This is the Watershed Chattooga, which is a dry duffel bag, and you could make a pill bag from it. And I used it to protect some electronic equipment, some cameras, lenses, cell phones, sometimes a computer, things of that nature. And it did the job well. Not completely satisfied with it, but like I said, I did use it for 2 years. There are certain points that I think shouldn't be as weak as they are. One in particular, and I'll go over that. And if you hear some snores in the background, that's my buddy Smokey. He's snoring right now. He's sleeping. So we'll jump right into it. So this is, like I said, a waterproof bag. And they also have the option of purchasing your bag with a inflation valve or deflation valve, which can be very helpful for scuba diving, or even if you want to use it as a flotation device, or you want to make sure your bag will float. You can open the valve without breaking this seal and add air into it. But I opted for no valve because I'm not scuba diving right now. I was working around a lot of water, and the bag did save me on more than one occasion. Water, there was an accident with water, the bag got dropped, or water got dropped on the bag, and my gear was safe. Another thing I liked about this bag, and pretty much a few other dry bags, let me not say every one, but you can put weight on this or inflate it, inflate the bag quite a bit, put weight on it, and your contents are going to be protected. In fact, there is a clip, I believe on YouTube, I found when researching to get this some years back, and someone drove a small SUV over the bag when it was inflated, and the bag stayed inflated, it didn't pop. So let me go ahead and crack it right open for you. So this is a pill bag. It's something, you could, or like a duffel you could carry by these handles. I wouldn't really recommend trying to use these as shoulder harnesses. One thing I did is on each end of the bag, there's a attachment point here and an attachment point here. And I actually ran some shoulder straps all the way down to each attachment point, and that allowed me to use it as kind of a backpack. You also have some compression straps here, which I actually really like. And you could, one thing I would do as well, there's some Fast-X buckles on either side as well. I would sometimes carry a water bottle in here, roll this over, strap it down, strap these over, and so I could have about 750 mLs to a liter of water and carry that with. But the bag was solid, and one thing I liked about it was its closure system. It's definitely a positive and gives you a reaffirming snap when you close it, so it's sealed and you can push on it right away. And to open it, you can't really pull it straight apart. You make an S, so you take these two tabs and push them opposite of each other. You see the S there, it breaks the seal and it opens right up. And the seal is kind of like a Ziploc bag, and inside, just a cavernous dry bag, nothing special in there. And this bag was 30 liters. This is a 30-liter dry bag. And to carry my electronic equipment, I also copped the insert that went along with it, and it worked really well. I really can't complain. Not my favorite bag to carry, and here's why. So when the bag is full, the insert's in there, sometimes it's a bit difficult to grab large items out, like the camera, for example. Just by the nature of the opening, it can be a little awkward. So my most recent dry bag I've gotten, I actually picked it up secondhand. It was a zipper dry bag, so it uses basically a dry suit zipper, and I'll do another short video showing that. But I use that, and it allows me to open the bag all the way with the zipper. And one thing that's kind of a con of the zipper bag versus this one is the zipper bag can take a bit more effort to open and close. This one is pretty rapid. If I show you, you just have to double check that you get that whole line sealed, or else you could have a bad day if you go in the water. So another quick check to do is you can just press on it and you know you're solid. So my one qualm with this bag, or my one issue, is I don't feel like some of the stitching was up to quality. And I say that because, I mean, I did take this bag around water a lot, but I never really did any hard traveling with it or through hiking or things like that. But if you do, or if you ever have done, you know that you have to sometimes improvise and strap your bags down in ways that aren't necessarily ideal, but some equipment manufacturers consider that. And so they make things that are kind of bulletproof or bomb-proof, if you will, and they'll survive. And on this bag in particular, these seams in here were starting to pull apart. And like I said, I never really put the bag through any hard use. It was around water, which it handled very well. This one in particular right here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can, if you can see those stitches in there starting to come up. That was kind of a disappointment. I mean, I didn't really use the bag hard, like I said, and after seeing this, I really couldn't recommend it. Like, if I were in a place where I couldn't, you know, necessarily fix this or anything, and I needed to rely on this, that would, man, that'd be bad. Because with more pressure or weight on there, I don't know if you can see the outside of that, I suspect it would snap. It would fall off, fall apart. And as far as fixing it, I'm not sure what my options would be, as this is sewn to a patch that is welded onto the bag. So if I were to attempt to sew it with a needle, you know, I may run the risk of puncturing the bag. And in fact, I don't know how I would sew it without going through the bag, or without somehow removing this glue right here. Maybe applying heat and peeling it off. I have no idea. But other than that, it's a solid bag. And I did like it for use as a pill backpack. In a sense, like I said, I'd run a strap from this end here. Let me fix my focus here. Sorry about that. There we go. So I could run straps from here all the way to this side, and I'd wear it around my back, or wear it on my back like a backpack. And something else I like about dry bags, particularly for traveling, not even long distances, that, but also in like urban settings, is there's no pockets on the outside, and you don't really have to worry about someone rifling through your bag or going through it. And also with the straps on there, wearing it like a backpack, the opening was against my back, so for sure the only way someone could get in there would be to cut it, which thankfully didn't happen. But I mean, that's something you would be, I guess, a bit concerned about if you were carrying this. It is a ripstop Cordura, I believe, that the bag is made out of. So, I mean, it would tear, it would cut, but you know, the ripstop does help give it some durability and whatnot. But I mean, it's a very durable piece of equipment. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it with just those limitations. You know, be conscious of your stitching when you get it. And I do believe Watershed does have a warranty, which should help. But like I said, if you're looking for a bag where, you know, you needed to rely on daily, and you may not be able to send it in for warranty, or replace it, or necessarily repair it, you know, that might be a shortcoming. And this is just my example. This is my experience, and I'm sure you know, other people have had these and have had no problems with them. But excellent bit of kit, and I really like the seal enclosure. You know, I've used other dry bags, that the conventional ones where you roll them and you kind of roll them down, and those actually do leak. Like, those aren't bags you can submerge. This bag you could submerge. You couldn't do this one too deep because, like I said, there's no purge valve. So if you went too deep with this one, it might pop. But this seal would hold right here, and that's what really attracted me to this bag. This seal would really hold well. So that's it. That's the Watershed Chattooga backpack and the liner. And in this kit, I kept a Sony A7S in the cinema cage, with a few lenses, cell phone, you know, a few other little pieces of kit, shotgun microphone, and it served me well, protected it very well. So no complaints there. And that is my review of the Watershed Chattooga duffel bag. All right, peace, world.